Afternoon learners, welcome to this lesson. Today I want you to listen attentively so that you do not do these mistakes when you are writing your listening comprehension examination. And if you pay attention, I'm sure you are going to score good marks. Listening comprehension is not tough at all. It is a matter of listening attentively and paying attention and going with the flow of the reader. So please pay attention and really concentrate on these few things we are going to discuss here. Spelling and vocabulary, especially spelling, is one of the main challenges that learners are faced with when answering listening comprehension questions. Please be careful with your spellings. For instance, we have a question here. What does Aunt Elizabeth want to buy at pharmacy? Let's say your answer is Aunt Elizabeth want to buy toothpaste. Let's say it's toothpaste. In grade 12, nobody is expecting you not to know how to write toothpaste. Then maybe you end up writing it toothpaste. Or some of you will just write straight from, I don't know, toothpaste or any other thing. Please, in grade 12, you are expected to have a wide range of vocabulary and know how to spell words. And Elizabeth is going to buy deodorants. Then you remove all, then you say deodorants. Who in grade 12 doesn't know how to write deodorants? Or medicine. Then you are writing medicine roughly like medicine. I don't know who told you that people can spell wrongly and get answers. It's not like that. At grade 12, you have to know how to spell your words. This is why I'm always encouraging you to improve your vocabulary by reading a lot of text and storybooks. Okay. The other thing is, let's say you are asked about the date. For instance, what is the closing date of Andrew Smith's application at University of Namibia? Then you want to write Wednesday 25. Then you write Wednesday. Is this how you write Wednesday? So please avoid all these things so that you do not lose marks. Okay, we are moving on. The other challenge is lack of numeracy skills in languages. Learners are failing to write correct numbers. Let's say the question is saying, how much will it cost Jane and her siblings to travel from Windhoek to Cape Town during festive season? Then from the audio or from listening, you are told that Jane and her siblings need $10,500 to travel from Windhoek to Cape Town during festive season. You heard about 10,000? You heard about 10,000. And now you are confused. Is it 10,500? No. It's 10,050. You just don't know how to write numbers. 10,050. There, the radio is just going on reading. Is it? If you are struggling with how to write numbers, please just write in word as fast as you can. 10,000. 10,000. As correct as possible. Not just you there cancelling and, wasting time. Or writing down time, especially in 24-hour clock and 12-hour clock, is also a challenge with you learners. Please know that 24 hours clock or 24-hour clock has 2 digits. 2 digits before the colons, and it does not require AM or PM. For instance, 15 minutes past 2, or it's 13 o'clock or 1300 hours. Just know that it has 2 digits before the colons, okay? Or it has 2 digits before the age, which is standing for hours, and the minutes, or in between the hours and minutes. The difference is that the 12-hour clock has 1 digit before the colons, and it requires AM or PM. What time are you coming to me? I'm coming at 15 minutes past 2 p.m. Or 2:15 p.m. I'm coming at 1 p.m. This is 1 in the afternoon. PM is for afternoon. Or I'm coming at 11 a.m. AM is for the morning. So I'm coming. Go and revise on those 2 things. The difference between 24-hour clock and 24-hour clock and 12-hour clock. Know the meaning of how to tell time correctly. I've seen that most of you have a challenge of quarter to or quarter past. When it's quarter past or quarter to, we are talking about 15. A quarter of a time is 15 minutes. So if it's quarter past, let's say if it's quarter past 12 o'clock, we are saying it's 12:15. It's 12:15, and we are reading it 15 minutes past 12. Are you getting me? If it's quarter to 12, that means it's 12:45. We are reading it as 45 past 12 or quarter to 12. So please be careful with quarter to. Let us be careful with quarter past and quarter to. Let us also be careful with half past or whichever number past. Are you getting me there? Please go and revise on that. Know how to tell time so that if you hear that the learners are arriving at 2:15, you know what they mean. Or 2:45, you know that it's 45 minutes past 2. Good. These learners want to use synonyms. Please do not use synonyms in listening comprehension. If you are told that Joanna is excited, you cannot say Joanna is happy, because excited is not happy in listening comprehension. Listening comprehension is testing your listening abilities. So please write what you heard. The ladies were reading. It doesn't mean that the ladies were studying. Avoid using synonyms. Are you getting me there? Let us also talk about gap filling. We have gap filling, a section for gap filling, and we have a golden rule, which is 1 word per space provided. 1 word per space provided. Obviously, we are going to get a text which may look like this, and it has gaps where you're supposed to fill. The golden rule is at 1 word. For instance, here, Samantha Dutoit advises Namibians on what exercising and healthy eating is. Then you want to fill in Namibians on what exercising. If you put what and exercising here, you are already wrong, because we need 1 word here. Or you come here at E. People suffering from chronic diseases. Then you write chronic diseases, while diseases is already here. You have put 2 words, and that is wrong. You are going to get a cross. The golden rule here is that 1 word per space provided. And while I'm here, be careful, please. You see this sentence ends here, meaning that there's a full stop here. When you have a full stop, here the next sentence you are going to start with a capital letter. It doesn't matter what. Whether the word is there so that it reads the dietitians, you have to start with a capital T because you are starting a sentence. Now, if the word here is a proper noun, Namibian dietitians, you still have to start with a capital letter. When a sentence ends, the next word starts with a capital letter. And if the word is in the middle of the sentences and it is a proper noun, start it with a capital letter. Please know your grammar rules here, okay? Know that we are not allowed to write with pencils. You want to write with pencils in the final exam. Don't do that. And be careful with your handwriting. Bad handwriting will never award you a mark, because when the examiner or when the marker is not understanding what you are saying, she will cross and give you 0. Write clearly, write smartly, and do not write with a pencil. Ticking in the appropriate box. Some learner wrote true or false. Learners, please, let us pay attention to instructions. Look here. You are told, listen to the following talk about rice and then indicate whether each statement is true or false. You are indicating whether it's true or false, eh? But how? By putting a tick in the appropriate box. You will hear the talk twice. Then you hear that this is correct. The number of types of rice increases annually. Maybe it's true. Then you decide to write true. This is wrong. This is very, very wrong, because you're supposed to choose the answer by putting a tick, as in the instructions. Or instead of putting a tick, you want to cross, but you are not told to cross. Please pay attention to the instructions. If you know that the answer here is long grain rice is a little drier than many other varieties, if you know that your answer here is false, then you put a very good tick in false. Look at my tick. It's so nice. We don't want small ticks which are like this. Are you not sure? Make a clear tick like this. It should not go out of the box. It should just be cool like this. It's cool. Same applies when you are told to cross. You cannot just put a small cross like this. Why? Cross nicely. Enough. You are nicely crossing. Beautiful cross in there. And please do not... the instructions again. More than one answer is a wasting of time, because only the first answer would be considered. Look here. What does the African penguin do to find shade to survive the heat? What does the African penguin do to find shade to survive the heat? Then maybe the answer is it runs, or it stays in the colonies, or it or things like that. What does? Yes, you see here you have got one, and your section is indicating to you that you need one answer. So give one answer. Try to make your answers as brief but well informing as possible. If the examiner wants 2 answers, obviously you'll be given provided with 2 spaces, unless if it's indicated give 2 details. Are you getting me? The examiners are not there to confuse you, they are there to train you. If you are asked for one answer, obviously they will give you a limited space. And if they want you to give 2 details, they will indicate and give you enough space. Okay? The other challenge is lack of phonetic awareness. Lack of phonetic awareness. What do I mean when I'm talking about phonetic awareness? Phonetic is when you have hard time hearing the words which are being read to you, or when you are getting hard time making rhymes. Most of the learners will be complaining, the reader was so fast, we could not hear anything. Go and revise on syllables. Syllables, are part of the word that contains single vowels. Go and revise on phonetics revise on syllables, and see how you can help yourself here, because this will help you to know how to spell words, and it also help you to know when to double a certain letter in a word. Okay? Go for your listening comprehension examination. You have to set your mind free. Whatever trouble is troubling you, you have to flush it out. If you left home and you left no food, if you haven't tasted anything that morning, if you are drowning in poverty, if you had a quarrel with something, you have to flush all those trouble in your mind out. Otherwise, you won't concentrate, because the first thing that you have to do is to concentrate. In listening comprehension, you have to forget all your troubles and listen attentively and concentrate. So please do not remember your troubles at that moment. For paying attention. I wish you all the best for your final examinations. Please work hard, study hard. That's the only way to go. Have a good day. I love you. Bye.